Kenosha is still hunkered down, boarded up, and reeling from days of flaming buildings and anger in the streets. Hundreds of police in riot gear patrol in military vehicles as protesters defy nightly curfews. But there are signs of progress. Many buildings remain shuttered, but residents here are beautifying what they can, often with a message.
I am just a small bit of trying to help and make our city just a little bit less of a boarded up war zone and it feels good, it makes me feel good to do it.
Since hundreds of police and federal troops descended on Kenosha in recent days, Thursday arrived with little overnight damage. Police apparently controlling the streets fully for the first time since the protests began. That pause in violence follows a bloody Tuesday as an armed militia member fired on protesters, killing 2 and wounding 1, then walking past police without incident.
Hey, he just shot them!
On Wednesday, police did charge 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse, shown earlier that day explaining why he came armed, with murder.
Our job is to protect this business. If there's somebody hurt, I'm running into harm's way. That's why I have my rifle, because I need to protect myself, obviously.
Civil rights leader Jesse Jackson called for charges to be filed against the officers involved in Blake's shooting.
Burn upon the state's attorney in this state, Attorney General, to move quickly. We must know that justice works for the people.
People tend to view the protests through a political lens, and what you see depends on where you stand. And for Kamala Harris, the black and Indian Democratic vice presidential candidate, what happened here reveals a nation with a lot of work to do on criminal justice. She lists a litany of names of African Americans who died at the hands of police.
People are rightfully angry and exhausted. And after the murders of Breonna and George and Ahmaud and so many others, it's no wonder people are taken to the streets. And I support them.
But for President Donald Trump, who declined to say Jacob Blake's name, the protests showed the need for more police power.
We called up the National Guard, we sent it out, and they did a fantastic job last night. We had virtually no incident.
With hundreds of armor-clad police filling the streets, the nights might grow quieter. But the movement marches on. Hendren, Jazeera, Kenosha, Wisconsin.